Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, it is certainly a track with some teeth, and scoring was at a premium today in the West Central Conference boys meet at Harry Masato Golf Course in Macomb. Quincy Notre Dame, though, employing great balance, and it started at the top with Drew Eaton on the par 5 second hole from 20 feet for birdie. Great shot for Eaton as he got himself going early. On that same hole, Devin Hobbs had a masterful day today as well. Great approach shot here to save par on the day. Devin Hobbs was your medalist with a 75. He would clean that up for an easy par. Drew Eaton again from a spot of bother on number 3 out of the sand, and this is ridiculous touch. He would save par again. Drew Eaton tied for third today with a 79. He tied his own teammate. That would be Cale Bergdorf, who you see here cleaning up nicely on hole number 4. Also, Jake Kroenke from QD with a 5th place finish with an 80 today. QD with a 313 for first place as a team. Max Dakin from Macomb, pretty darn good as well. An 81 on the day today. A top 10 finish and 4th place for the Bombers. And you're looking at Peter Greening from Pittsfield. His team finished second today. Greening with an 83. So Quincy Notre Dame number 1, Pittsfield number 2, and Macomb number 4. Team-wise on the day. Let's do some soccer now. Quincy Notre Dame trying to break out of its slump today, taking on Hannibal early on off the corner restart. It's Cooper Reese to Aubrey Reese, made it 1-0. Shortly thereafter, Hannibal picked up a red card, played a man down the rest of the game. The Pirate defense tried to play salty, played very, very well. Q&D, though, a withering attack eventually off the penalty restart. Cooper Reese would find Brendan Smith here, who's going to go in and punch one home as Q&D wins a 3-0 decision at Hannibal today. The Macomb Bombers red hot, just beat Q&D earlier this week, falling behind right here thanks to this goal from Orion's Noah Clark, which made it a 3-1 lead late in the ball game for Orion. Macomb having to do some serious coming back in this ball game, and they would certainly do that. Mark Harris, 2 goals, including this one here, with 3:25 to play to level the game. Macomb fights hard and gets the ties. The Bombers continue their nice week. Nice little rally here as Macomb ties it up with Orion. 3-3 was your final. We've got some softball scores to pass along to you today. Not much action, but what we had was good. Makeup game between Highland and Macon. Highland entered the day, trailing 3-1, comes all the way back and wins 8-7. Avery Johnson on the day with a 2-run homer. Casey Hinkle with the game-winning RBI in that one. Clark County falls today. Van Far knocks off Bowling Green by the final count of 5-2. And now here's that Clark County score. Falls at home to Putnam County in a game that was 2-1 in the 6th. Putnam County with a late explosion to get it done. Volleyball. We've got more for you. Let's get to the volleyball highlights. Oh, one tennis score to pass along. Quincy Notre Dame shuts out Kirksville 9-0. Now on to the volleyball. Quincy High School homestanding today against a tough O'Fallon team in this one. Quincy High down 18-17 in the first game when Whitney Buss turns the tide with a side out for the Blue Devils. And here comes Quincy High School. Monica Bumbry serving and serving well. She also had 17 kills in the day. Not a bad crescendo of momentum going right here. How about Jordan Holtmeyer getting it done, reaching up and throwing down as she extends her team's lead to 3 in game number 1. Anna Stock doing some work in this one as well. Beautiful block coming up at the net right here to kind of just shut the door in game 1 on O'Fallon. And then Jordan Holtmeyer will punctuate your highlights. Quincy High wins in 3 tonight, 25-19, 25-27, 25-21. Let's take you to the finals of the Central Tournament. Central sneaks into the championship game by upsetting Southeastern. They will take on Liberty. Liberty pretty darn good. Rachel Shover going to show you her stuff right here, throwing one in for the side out at this point. More to come from the Liberty Eagles. Madeline Heyer doing her thing for another side out right here, coming at you from the backside right there and knocking that in for the point. Central, though, would rally in this game. Macy Music doing all sorts of things right here, including the big block at the net to kind of stymie some of that Liberty momentum. And then off the service opportunity here, Liberty overplays it. Madison Steinkamp there to throw it down. But game number 1 in this one would go to Liberty. Thanks again to Madeline Heyer. Game number 2 would go to Central, and Liberty ends up winning the championship in 3 tonight, and action just completed. Also, earlier in the night, after picking up just their 2nd loss of the season, Payson-Seymour Southeastern rebounds to beat Payson-Seymour to take 3rd place, 25-11, 14-25, 25-15. Other action earlier in the day at Central, Rushville Industry loses to Unity in straight games, but then bounces back to beat Western behind a big day of kills from Brianna Flores. And on the road at Jacksonville, Quincy Notre Dame felled by Jalen Keene and company, 2-1. Jalen Keene with 15 kills for the victorious Crimsons in that one. We've got college soccer for you tonight as well. Culver Stockton at home struggling to get the ball in the back of the net. They outshot Mount Mercy 32-5. Shot number 31, though, finally a good one, as Jordan Sergi would punch this home late in the ball game. You'll look at it again in slow motion as Jordan weaves her way through traffic. Tell you what, sometimes in life you just got to keep plugging away, and Culver Stockton did it. They couldn't find the net 32 times, or 31 out of 32 times, but a 1-0 victory was enough to make it happen today as Mackenzie Little and company pitched the shutout. Culver Stockton gets the win 1-0. Finally, with other college scores on the day, Mount Mercy's men destroy Culver Stockton by the final count of 6-0, and the HLG women today settle for a tie with William Woods. 2 goals apiece is all we have there. So obviously a very busy day, a really strangely busy Wednesday. And if you missed the return of Student Athlete of the Week this week, the outstanding Mackenzie Grossman from Mark Twain, it's online now at connecttristates.com. Keep those nominations rolling in.